Oh boy, Apple's been buzzing louder than a beehive at a honey contest today, and I've got all the juicy details for you. First up, Apple has trumped the global smartphone sales arena, valiantly wielding its shiny new iPhone 16e like a technological Excalibur, claiming a 19% market share worldwide in the first quarter. Thanks to its expanding reach in emerging markets, Apple danced past its old rival Samsung, which is nipping at its heels with an 18% share. Emerging markets have been Apple's ally, boosting its sales in unexpected corners of the globe: Japan, India, the Middle East, Africa, and Southeast Asia, to be exact. So while Samsung's charming us with its S25 and A-series gadgets, Apple is busy trying to run the world like a catchy Queen song. And what about our friends at the International Data Corp? They show that the global smartphone shipments saw a slight upward blip of 1.5% in the first quarter. Apparently, Apple is serious about avoiding new tariffs because it's been hoarding iPhones like a technological Scrooge McDuck, flying up to 1.5 million phones to the US from India with what I imagine were some very anxious cargo pilots. But, sounding like an 11th hour miracle, Trump's decisions took the spotlight. He swooped in and excluded smartphones and other electronics from a package of reciprocal tariffs, prompting a happy jig among tech buyers and sparking a fervor in tech stocks on Wall Street. This nuanced dance with tariffs leads many analysts to predict that while the smartphone market seems rosy now, it might develop a thorn or two if tariffs make a comeback and decide to do the cha-cha on consumer demand. And now we move to Apple's skates on the stock market today. With the recent tariff exemptions, Apple's stock enjoyed quite the surge, brushing elbows with 210 of 56. Apparently, Jim Cramer dropped a cheeky warning about Nvidia and Apple shorts potentially making a comeback once stocks rally, like party poopers waiting to burst a piñata. Wedbush's Dan Ives threw in his 2 cents, penning a hypothesis that Apple is taking a page from a yet another trade war playbook and might hyper-focus on India for production. He nailed it when he suggested that exemptions give the company some breathing room to make longer strides on the global supply chain chessboard. And for those wondering why China still cozily hosts Apple's production palaces, it's less about labor costs and more about China's skilled labor force crushing it in the advanced tooling department. Cook paints a sure picture. If you stood tooling engineers from the US and China side by side, China would look like a packed stadium versus the US's rather empty room. Cue stadium favorites, peanuts, and popcorn. In conclusion, despite a roller coaster journey amidst tariffs and tech rivalries, Apple's holding the smartphone court like a tech Monet, creating chaos that somehow paints a lucid picture, claiming larger market highs and driven by an incredibly talented workforce anchored in China. Hold on to your gadgets, because the tech juggernaut shows no signs of slowing down. Thanks for watching to the end. Remember, this is just one story from our full daily show, which includes all the other news and an analysis of the day's tech market activity. If you found this video interesting or insightful, then please like, subscribe, and share it with others. Your support is greatly appreciated. Catch you later.